So have you ever thought of something and then you see it everywhere? So I was talking to a patient the other day, and they they actually had a funny take on things. They said that they stopped praying for patients because when they prayed for patients, they had plenty of situations that required patience put into their life. And it's a profound statement. It's kind of cool when you think about it, because I mean there's a lot of truth to this, and we're going to dive in a little deeper to that. But in the short term, what's most important here is, why does this happen? And it doesn't matter if we're talking about, if you buy a new car, then you see that car everywhere, right? You never noticed it before, but then all of a sudden you start seeing it more and more. If you start putting a little bit more focus on one area of your life, you see examples of that everywhere. If you start putting your focus on learning something, you see examples of how that fits in everywhere. It's just the way that the brain works. As soon as we start seeing one thing in one light, then our brain starts to recognize that pattern. And our brain likes patterns, right? It's something that it makes us feel, I guess, comfortable, for a lack of better words. It's something our brain wants to see. And that's why we see, faces in inanimate objects. So when we look at the moon, you can see the face and different things like that. That's why people spend a ton of monies on, a ton of monies. Yes, that is it. It's that kind of day. But they spend a bunch of money on like toast that looks like Jesus, or whatever it may be, right? We see these inanimate objects and we want to put a pattern to them. And that's just the way that our brain works. But we can use this, right? If we know that we're going to do this, we can use this to attune our brain to the things that we want to attune it to, right? So in this case, he said he doesn't pray for patience because it gives him situations that require patience. And that's probably true to some extent. But when we're looking to make a change, when we're looking to acquire a skill, so if you're sitting there and you're praying for health, life is going to give you opportunities to make a choice that is going to help you move toward health, right? So you may be praying to eat a little bit better. Anytime that you pray to eat a little bit better, there's going to be an opportunity. You're going to have to go to a party or something like that where there's going to be an opportunity to eat things that you shouldn't eat. If you're praying to exercise more, life's going to get busy, or you're going to have a little injury that's just nagging and you want to quit, or whatever it may be. Life's always going to put us in these situations. The thing that is really, really interesting about it, the way that we learn is through action, right? We need these things. These things are requirements for us to learn and get to that next stage. And that's kind of, if you watch any kind of business gurus, they will talk about a certain set of skills is required to reach the next level. And then once you reach that level, a certain set of skills is required to reach the next level, and then the next level, and the next level. You have to have different skills for each of those. Those skills are something that can be acquired, but it takes time, it takes effort, it takes work. So what are you doing to help yourself gain those skills? The only way to do it is to dive in and make effort, right? If you put effort in toward that, sooner or later you're going to attain those skills that are going to allow you to progress to the next skill. But we have to be able to get that skill first. And for that, we need these situations that are going to help us grow, that are going to help us make that right choice. And it's frustrating as all get out. Yeah, I've done this many times in many different areas of my life. It's so frustrating because you're like, oh, I want to have it, and I want that next level. I'm ready for that next level. And you haven't quite developed that skill yet. But the second that you start developing this skill, the second that you start taking action on these things, that's when you're going to move up. That's when you're going to level up in your health or your career or whatever else you're looking for, your family life, your finances, whatever it is. You're going to start leveling up in that. But we have to have this focus. We have to see these patterns. That's the cool thing about this, is our brain is going to attune us things that we need to get to that next level. And like I said, we can use this to get the next level. So what I want you to do, sit down and look at what you really want. Like, what do you want to attain? Are you looking for better health? Are you looking for better fitness, exercise, sleep, better nutrition? What are you looking for within that category? If you're looking for wealth, or you're looking for career advice, or what, it's the same thing, but we're going to talk about health because health is what I know. Okay? I mean, that's what I do. I am not a financial advisor. I can't. Like I said, all of success is all the same patterns. It's all the same things. But I know health, and that's what we're going to talk about. So pick the things that you want to see improved. Now, look at the things that you're currently doing. What are you currently doing within that? So what are you getting for exercise? What are you getting for sleep? You may need a sleep monitor, whether that's an Oura Ring or Garmin or a Fitbit or Apple Watch. It makes no difference, right? It's a sleep monitor. It's going to track your sleep. It's going to give you a decent idea. Some are a little bit better than others, but it doesn't matter because as long as you're using the same one throughout it, it's going to give you data that you can use to see if it's improving. If you're looking at nutrition, what are you currently doing? Now, what could you change in all of those things? Do you want to lift weights more? Do you want to run more? Do you want to bike more? Do you want to walk more? What type of sleep do you want to get? What are you not getting? Are you getting, just a light sleep? Are you not getting enough hours of sleep? Are you getting enough REM? Are you getting enough deep sleep? Look at the stats. Figure out what changes you want to make so we know what to track. In nutrition, are you eating too many sweets? Are you getting too many calories? Do you want to eat more vegetables? What do you want out of this? What are the attainable things? Once you know which one you're going to start working on, you can start paying attention to that. Attune your brain to those options, those opportunities to do more of that. So if you're on your lunch break and you've got an extra half hour, instead of pulling out your phone, go for a walk, right? If you're packing your lunch, instead of packing yourself a dessert, pack yourself some vegetables. Whatever it is, you've got these options to take that next step, but we have to start exerting effort toward that. Because failure is a requirement for learning. Failure is always going to happen with learning. There is not anybody on the planet that learns immediately. And there are some people that will tell you that they do, but it's just a fallacy, right? It's something that somebody is feeding you. So yeah, make mistakes. Mistakes are not bad, but we've got to attune our brains to the things that we want and start making mistakes in that direction. And when you do that, not only are you going to see yourself level up in your progress, but you're also going to feel better about it too, because you're making a concerted effort. You're making the effort to be better, and that's really all we desire. That's what our frontal lobe wants. We want to see those patterns. We want to see that progress. We want to see that dopamine hit that comes with momentum. And when you start getting momentum, it's an exciting thing because what's the limit on that? You can go as far as you want in that direction. So I hope that this helps you. Again, if you're praying for something right now, whether that be patience in this example, or better nutrition, or better diet, or better sleep, or whatever it may be, look at those opportunities, because your brain is going to show you opportunities to improve in them. But you've got to take action. You've got to, I guess, relax into it. Like I said, it is a stressful thing, and if you're trying to reduce your stress, then that definitely leads to some issues. But stress is also a system, right? As you start developing those skills to improve your energy levels and to improve, the systems that are around you to minimize the things that are going to pop up, it's going to help you out. So pay a little attention to this. I love you. I appreciate you. I can't wait to talk to you on the next video. If this is helpful for you, like, subscribe. It really helps me figure out. At this stage right now, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of information you want to hear more of. And if you hit that like and subscribe button, I'll share more of that stuff. Just want to know what we need, what's going to be most beneficial for you, because if we're not sharing the stuff that's most beneficial for you, what's the point of this, right? So I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next video.